Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Perfections video, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today we're going to be doing a comparison video with a chart. So I saw some feedback in my community post and said I don't really have an identity and I need to make one. So I'm going to try to do something completely different. This is something completely new. So we're going to be comparing Golbez, New Vision Awakening Golbez, to New Vision Awakening Exdeath. So there is one small caveat. I couldn't fit all the killers that they each have on one page, so we'll be talking about them separately later. Anyways, let's get into the comparisons here. So, if you can't see because you're on mobile, the first row, or column rather, is Golbez, and the second is Exdeath. So, one of the most important things first, and the reason why I put it first, is the MP refresh. And they both actually have the same percentage of 23%. So he's already as of this part, he's already viable to be similar. All right, so the next part is kind of skewed a little bit because he actually has 400% magic, but only when equipped with a rod. If you enhance one of his abilities, or passives rather, on Golbez there. So let's just say without it, because most times you guys are equipping the sword, right? So 370% magic. And Exdeath has 380% magic with a rod. Some of that, a little bit is that with the rod there. So I'm thinking that most of you guys are going to equip a rod on him though. So with that being said, this doesn't matter that, like you guys would think, oh, this doesn't matter too much, but it actually helps out a bit because it allows you to get more MP and max out your MP. Speaking of MP, here is a huge drastic thing, and I made sure to look through his page. Now, Global, I don't think he got very many changes on Global when he debuted anyways. So this is a stark difference and a huge difference. So 290% MP on Golbez, whereas 120% MP passively on Exdeath. That's a huge difference, and it's already kind of hard to max MP if you don't have the right equipment. So that is a big blow to if you wanted to use Exdeath over Golbez. That's a huge difference of MP that you have to make up for now. On top of that, of course, you need killers and things, which we'll be talking about soon. He has 350% magic TDH on the Golbez and 400% magic TDH on Exdeath. Now, this doesn't seem to really matter that much because it's only a matter of 50%. That's easy to make up for. Whereas the MP difference, like that's a huge amount of difference on MP. Now you can look on the wiki yourself and count it up, but I'm pretty sure I sat down, I pulled out a calculator, I made sure that was his MP. But he might have more. I don't think he does though. Yeah, and his killers we'll talk about very shortly here. So, of course, if you have you need the Dazzling Demoness card if you want the maximum effectiveness. If you want something that's not as effective, but still effective, a Liveros card, still fine to use if you didn't pull for the Dazzling Demoness card. And I believe, well, maybe not, I'm not sure. I think a Liveros card is in the premium ticket shop thing where you can select a vision card, right? I believe it is. If it's not, oh well, but I'm pretty sure it is. That's an alternative if you've never got the Dazzling Demoness card. Of course, if you do have it, that is the optimal card you want on both of them, and especially on Exdeath even more so because of that MP that it gives. He obviously, as you see here, he really needs it. He really needs it. So that being said, as of right now, it still looks like Golbez would be the preferred one. However, if there's a certain situation where you could use both of them in the same team, as I've seen people say they want to do that, it's possible. Now you're gonna have to share a lot of MP equipment, and most equipment is best in slot is like event equipment and things, relatively. So either or is gonna be a little bit, less geared than the other, even if you are like a veteran. Like I would struggle. Even I would struggle probably to gear both of them at maximum efficiency. One of them is probably going to have a little bit less, but they would still have good stats. And if you pull for 2 Dazzling Demoness cards, you're a madman or madwoman, but still pretty good though, I guess. So we'll talk about the killers now, guys. So the reason why I wasn't able to fit all the killers on is because Exdeath has like a bunch of smaller killers at the end. So we've got 150% Reaper. Now what does he have? I have to use the JP side page because there is no global page just yet. So he doesn't have any Reaper killer. It looks like I'm using Control F. And he has no Reaper killer. Okay, so that's one thing that Golbez has, I guess, over him. And he has 200% human killer. Let's look for human killer. He's got 200%, 230, 250, 300% human killer. Okay, so Exdeath has 300% human killer. That actually could be a big deal, because now that if you're fighting a human only, that allows you to equip just MP equipment. Because remember, he has 400% magic TDH, so that's like a easy street into anything that's human. So that's already a plus for Exdeath. Alright, let's look at Fairy. 150% Fairy killer on Golbez. Fairy. Or is it Fairies? Doesn't look like he has any. Fairy. Nope, got nothing. I think that it drags me all the way down. He has no Fairy killer. Okay, so that's a negative in a way. Alright, let's look at Plant. Plant killer. Got 30. 50. 100. So I mean that's kind of bad. 100%. I guess it's better than nothing. But that's kind of hard if you're fighting something that's only plant, that's going to get kind of hard to pull for or go for. So we did Plant. And is that it? Okay, so that's this. Well, he does have other killers here, including 50% for all these, as I mentioned already before. Beast, Avian, Human, Insect, and Plant 50%. You gotta make sure you awaken this. He just has, like I mentioned, some smaller killers here, which basically add up to 50%. Not really sure why they made it like this. And then up here he has Human, Aquatic. Aquatic is pretty good, right? I mean, there's usually aquatic enemies, and Clash of Wills probably, right? And Avians and Beasts. So he has really unique and niche killers compared to Golbez. And actually, I think that he has more killers than Golbez to make up for the amount of HP or MP that he has. So if you actually want to put both of them on the same team, in terms of whatever you might be fighting, in terms of if he has a proper amount of killers, that might actually work out for you then in the end, guys. That might actually might not be too bad. So overall, I still think Golbez is just better, just because he has more MP percentage and is just less stressful. But if you're putting them both on the same team, Exdeath is quite good because of the amount of killers that he has compared to Exdeath, or compared to Golbez. He actually has more, right? I believe he has more. So is it worth going to EX3? Sure. I think it's worth it. If you never got gold, if you have more Exdeath than Golbez, then I don't see why you wouldn't. You're gonna have to figure out a way of getting a lot of MP on him, because that's a stark difference. And I don't usually like dramatize that too much, but that you saw the difference there. That's a huge difference in. Let's go back one last time here. That's a huge difference, guys. 290, so you only need 110 to max him out, whereas you need a lot more on Exdeath to max him out. 120% is so low. Like, you would think that he would be at least 200%. I mean, even 200% would be still kind of bad, but at least it would be decent. And the problem is, a lot of the MP, the highest MP stuff is on Materias, and it's only like 50%. Maybe someday they'll make something that's 100%. That'd be great, right? So let me know in the comment section about what you guys think about Exdeath with all this knowledge you now have. And well, he's not getting changed on gold, but he's not getting any buffs, so it is what it is. There's only a difference of like 10% magic and MP that I don't know if he got on global, because it's part of like an SPB clear reward. And I think they just gave SPB rewards just by default on global, right? It was a long time ago, but I do remember that. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down what you guys think about this comparison here, and see which one do you guys prefer. And like I said, if you're using both of them, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're using one or one or the other, then Golbez is probably going to be the winner here, guys. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below again. Remember, if you have Dazzling Demonist card, it's most optimal. If you have Olivera, it's alternative. Anyways, see you next video. Peace.